I'm Rob McCann, and I'm the CEO of Catholic Charities, and welcome to the Catholic Charities 2020 Gala. Yeah! Whoa, can we get the house lights? Well, okay, so that just happened. Obviously, we're not having the Catholic Charities Gala. This is not the time to be together, but we're going to find a different way to be together. And truthfully, this is not the moment for fancy dinners and jackets and ties. We don't need that right now. This is the time to forget about that, to jump into the deep end of the pool and do the hard work. We're going to roll up our sleeves, and we're going to take on coronavirus here at Catholic Charities. Right now, coronavirus has thrown us a curveball, but guess what? Catholic Charities is really good at hitting the curve, and that's what we're going to do right now. So welcome again to the Catholic Charities Gala. We're going to roll up our sleeves. We're going to do this thing. But like all good things, we start with one important thing. We start with prayer. And we are lucky enough to have the best bishop in America right here in Spokane. He's our spiritual leader. He's our cheerleader. He's our go-to guy, especially right now. So we're going to have Bishop Daly open with some opening remarks and a prayer. We're going to zoom over to him right now. Bishop Daly, are you there?
Good afternoon. I'm Bishop Tom Daly from the Diocese of Spokane here in Eastern Washington. I'm not at the Davenport. I'm actually at Bishop White's Seminary. But it is my opportunity to speak to you, God's people, the friends of Catholic Charities. I'm grateful for all that Rob McCann does with his staff and volunteers and benefactors. Right now in this pandemic, many people have experienced feelings of isolation, sadness, even despair. Feelings that may be unique to this moment in time. But for so many served by Catholic Charities each day, those feelings are commonplace. There are 13 counties in our diocese, and Catholic Charities responds to the needs of people in each of those counties. In fact, during this pandemic, Catholic Charities has even moved to new locations. The work of Catholic Charities is the response to the words of Jesus. What you've done for the least ones, you've done for me. And what also motivates Catholic Charities in its mission is the strong, heartfelt belief that we are each created in the image and likeness of God. With Catholic Charities, the people served may be the recent immigrant, it may be an individual suffering emotional illness, an elderly person who is alone, or someone who's just fallen into sad and unfortunate times. Each person who is served by Catholic Charities knows that they are loved and cared for, and I thank you for that. This year, another change. The students of the 16 Catholic schools of our diocese are participating in this virtual gala. I thank our students, the principals, teachers, families, and staff for sharing in this significant moment. And my prayer is that each of the students in our Catholic schools may come to appreciate how important it is to care for those in need. May they be inspired by the work of Catholic Charities, and may they, in the future, give of their lives as generously. God bless all of you, and I thank you. And let us now remember that we're in the holy presence of God. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Loving Father, we thank you for the countless blessings and graces you bestowed in each of our lives. As we recall these tremendous gifts, we also remember those words of your Son, Jesus, our Savior. To those to whom much is given, much is expected. We pray for the entire community of Catholic Charities, our benefactors, our volunteers, our staff, and most especially those who are served each day. May we do so with renewed joy and hope. And as we ask you to bless this gathering tonight and today and every day of our lives, we do so asking the intercession of St. Vincent de Paul, the patron saint of charity. May he guide us, and may we always serve you, Jesus Christ. In his name we make this prayer. Amen. And in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
All right. Thank you, Bishop Daly. We are so blessed to have your leadership and blessings over this great event. And here we go. Now, obviously, this is not the normal gala. I got an empty conference room behind me. And good news, bad news. I'm running the show here. I have no idea what I'm doing. So be careful. If we happen to lose our connection, we're on Facebook Live. You can pick us up there, but we're hoping for the best here at the Davenport with our internet connections. Now, we're also blessed to have some really special guests. For the first time ever at the gala, we invited every single Catholic school student in the diocese to Zoom in, and hopefully you're all Zooming in right now. And in a few minutes, for all you students, I'm going to give you an email address, and if you send an email to that address, you're going to get a chance to win some incredible donated prizes. We've got iPads, we've got iPhones, we've got earbuds, we've got gift cards. Every school that comes into this Zoom is going to win something. So be ready for that and stick around for that email address. Now, there's lots of incredible Catholic Charities programs out there. They all want to say hello. We're going to be Zooming all over Eastern Washington for the next 30 minutes, and we're going to get right into it right now. So let's start the fun off with a hello from a whole bunch of different Catholic Charities programs.
Hello from housing.
We manage 28 affordable housing complexes across Eastern Washington.
Hello from counseling.
Welcome to St. Margaret's. Last year, we served almost 6,000 men, women, and children.
Welcome from Childbirth and Parenting Assistance.
Welcome to Rising Strong, where we keep families together while they're healing from trauma.
Welcome to St. Anne's Children and Family Center, where we provide child care for essential workers, including Providence Healthcare employees.
Do you need your password changed?
Hello from IT.
Greetings from Healthcare Integration.
Welcome from finance.
Hello from Food for All. We are delivering food and groceries to those in need in our community.
Welcome from House of Charity, the largest low-barrier shelter in Eastern Washington.
Welcome from Parish Social Ministries, where we serve all 13 counties of Eastern Washington.
Father Nix and I are here in Walla Walla, and we'd like to welcome you today.
Hello, and welcome from Senior Services.
Hello from Crisis Response.
I am standing in front of the Gonzaga University School of Law. This year, Catholic Charities partnered with GU to create a new venture. The venture is called the Catholic Charities Immigration Clinic at the Gonzaga School of Law. This new venture enables our own Immigration Legal Services program to work with the law school and its students to dramatically increase the services that we can provide to immigrants and refugees in all 13 counties of the Diocese of Spokane. Welcome to the Catholic Charities Virtual Gala.
All right, well, there they are, the superheroes of Catholic Charities. These people are amazing. Now, we couldn't do all this work without a ton of help. First and foremost, thanks to the staff at Catholic Charities. We have been coming to work. You all have been coming to work every day in one of the scariest times in modern history, and you've done it all with a smile and grace and dignity. Thank you, thank you, thank you to our Catholic Charities staff. And a big special thanks to our board members. These are the wisdom keepers that give us lots of great advice and really help us out when we have to make tough decisions. And boy, we've made a lot of tough decisions in the last few weeks, but thanks to our board members. And as in every gala, we thank really the heart and soul of Catholic Charities, our parishes. A big thank you going out to all the priests, women religious, deacons, parish staff, all of you who've been keeping the lights on at the parishes. Even though we can't come to Mass, you are the heart and soul of Catholic Charities. We couldn't do any of this work without you. Now, obviously, these are unbelievable times, and we've had a lot of things thrown at us, and we've experienced a lot of things in the last 2 months at Catholic Charities. But one thing we've never had, we've never panicked, not once. We've had lots of great experience dealing with people in crisis, and this is just another day at the office for us. Years ago, we had a norovirus outbreak at the House of Charity, our shelter. We had 450 people sick with a stomach bug all at once. It was terrible. But you know what? We learned some stuff from that. We learned how to do disease prevention protocols. We started building quarantine rooms in all of our new housing in case we ever got a norovirus. Well, we didn't get another norovirus. We got coronavirus. But you know what else? We're ready for that. We've turned our headquarters into a grocery store. We're delivering food to thousands of people. Whatever it takes for coronavirus at Catholic Charities, we've got that. And we're always talking to all of our clients and keeping in touch with them with things like the Catholic Charities chat that you're going to hear about a little bit longer, a little bit further ahead of here in our program. Now, obviously, ground zero for us in the coronavirus world has been our work in homeless shelters. We're currently operating 7 different homeless shelters right now, all over Eastern Washington. We opened a couple new ones as a result of coronavirus, and we've been doing a lot of work in all those shelters to take care of the most fragile people. So the first place we're going to go today for a quick visit and a quick zoom in is the House of Charity, where we just about an hour ago finished serving lunch, and now we're doing our daily deep clean and sterilization, and we're going to go to House of Charity right now. Heather Schley, Director of House of Charity, are you there?
Thanks, Rob. House of Charity's seen a lot of changes with the COVID-19, and I think it's the effect on our patrons have been that the sense of uncertainty is even greater than usual. We've had to limit some of our services in order to be healthy and safe, which doesn't feel like the old House of Charity where we open our doors to anyone and everyone all the time. But we're really proud of our staff and our patrons and the volunteers who've been helping us. We've been able to implement social distancing. We've still feeding everybody not only breakfast and lunch every day, but dinner every day. And people are still having access to showers, laundry, and mail and other services. Our patrons are so thankful right now. People are telling us every day, thank you for being here for us. We would be scared if we wouldn't be able to stay here. So we're just grateful to be able to keep on doing what we're doing, even if it does look a little bit different.
Excellent. Wow. Home run. Thank you, Heather. Thanks everyone at the House of Charity. And thanks all the folks who are working at our shelters. And I'm talking about House of Charity, St. Margaret's, Rising Strong, The Loft in Walla Walla, our Holy Name Shelter, Jacqueline Haven Shelter, Donna Hanson Haven Shelter. All you all out there are doing the toughest work in the middle of a pandemic. God bless every one of you. Also, a special thanks to another major partner of our, Providence. Providence has been supplying the meals at House of Charity. They've been giving us masks and gloves and PPE. And the House of Charity Clinic's been doing all the coronavirus testings. And guess what? Knock on wood, we don't have a single case of coronavirus anywhere in our homeless system. That is absolutely a miracle. And thanks to all the hard work of the staff that are doing that. And a big thanks to Providence for feeding everyone. Speaking of food, right about now at the Gala, we'd be getting this really top-end steak and shrimp and all this wonderful food. We're obviously not getting that today. Do we have any food? I mean, anything to eat? Really? McDonald's hamburger? It's cold. All right, it's okay. You all go get your snacks. We're going to keep going here. Now, obviously, I said our 2 major areas of concern when the coronavirus hit are homelessness and housing. Those are the places this disease could spread the most and hurt the most people. You've seen what we're doing with homelessness. Now let's talk a little bit about housing. We have over 1,300 units of housing. We serve seniors, families, farm workers, the disabled, and the homeless. And during coronavirus, we've made sure to keep in touch with every single one of those residents and make sure that they have food and everything they need. If they need a ride to the doctor, whatever it takes, we're making sure that they get it. But while we're doing all this housing, we're always building new housing. And in the middle of this pandemic, guess what we did? You guessed it. We opened another new building. And right now we've built 11 of these buildings in the last 8 years, and we're not going to stop, not for coronavirus, not for anyone. So in the middle of this, we've opened Schweitzer Haven. It's 50 units for homeless housing on the corner of Division and Sprague. It's amazing. And we've already moved in the first 40 homeless people to their forever home. So let's go zoom over to Schweitzer Haven and check that place out. Jonathan Malahan, our Vice President for Housing, he's going to zoom up to us. And Jonathan, are you there?
Thanks, Rob. I'm here at Beatrice and Ed Schweitzer Haven, Catholic Charities' newest 50-unit permanent supportive housing project. This building here is taking Spokane's most vulnerable people off the streets and wrapping them around with services that change their lives. So behind us here, we have people moving in this week. We'll be fully leased up this month. What we do when people move into this building is we take them directly from homelessness and we wrap them with support. We provide case management, peer support, access to behavioral health counseling, access to substance abuse counseling. We really help them have the opportunity and give them the tools to change their lives permanently and in a really positive way.
All right. Well, there you go. Schweitzer Haven, amazing place. And a special thanks here to Beatrice and Ed Schweitzer. They are the guardian angels of this whole diocese, not just Catholic Charities. All you students from Trinity School, a big thank you from all of you to the Schweitzers as well. They were the guardian angels behind your brand new school. They've done so much for us, and a big thank you to them. And with our housing, like I said, we're not going anywhere. We're still going. And right now, we're in the middle of building another one that's hopefully going to be open next year. It's called Gonzaga Haven. And I'm going to show you some pictures of that right now, what it's going to look like. This is going to be homeless family housing right next door to G-Prep and down the street from Gonzaga University. It's the first of its kind in the U.S., where you've got a Catholic Charities, a Catholic high school, and a Catholic university all working together. This place is amazing. It's got a quarter-mile bike path. It's got a splash pad. It's got a chapel. It's got music and art rooms and classroom spaces, a medical clinic, a child care, you name it, we're building it at Gonzaga Haven. It's just fantastic. And a big special thank you also to Inland Group and especially to G-Prep, our neighbors. They've been a big part of this and making this Gonzaga Haven project go. And we can't wait to open that up and show it to you. Now, we can't do this work without lots of support. At Catholic Charities, like anyone else, we need someone to lean on. And right now, yeah, we need a little support. We all need someone to lean on in these difficult coronavirus times. So what are we going to do? Well, let's do this. Let's zoom over to, I don't know, how about we go over to the U.S. Naval Academy, midshipman and Spokane Catholic School alumni, Ned McEwen. He's joined by his old G-Prep choir partner from back in the day, Emma Swoboda, and they're going to join the current Gonzaga Prep Choir and a group of amazing Catholic school K-8 students to show us what it means to have somebody to lean on. Oh, come on. That was amazing. Thank you, Ned. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Keith and the G-Prep choir. Thank you, all you amazing Catholic school students. Yeah, we got to lean on each other right now. No doubt about it. And there are a few more ridiculously amazing people we need to thank right now. They've come to the rescue to Catholic Charities during COVID-19. And this is really a crisis where amazing people have come to the front of the battle lines. And we've had a few here at Catholic Charities that you just need to know about. We'd like to thank first and foremost Ira and Susan Amstatter with Express Employment for signature sponsor of this amazing digital event. And then you're going to see on your screen lots of other sponsors. These are folks that have stepped up and said, yeah, you can lean on us. We're with you. And also grateful to our gold level sponsors, Gold Seal Mechanical, Northwest Trends, silver level sponsors, and our bronze level sponsors. You're all seeing them on the screen right now. We could have not done this without you. I also want to thank our critical partners in the community that make sure we can continue our work. Thank you again to Providence. They are amazing. They are the frontline superheroes of this battle. Special thanks to Jack Heath and Phil Von Buchwald at Washington Trust Bank, who've been our bankers for 60 years. How about that? Matt Daly and our incredible lawyers at Witherspoon Kelly, and Catherine Morgan at Bank of America Foundation. She's an amazing guardian angel for us. Another amazing partner, well, it's time to talk about the Catholic schools and the Nazareth Guild. Our schools are our volunteer army at Catholic Charities, and man, we miss you. Special thanks to G-Prep, who just recently offered their whole campus for us to build a homeless shelter on if the city needs extra homeless space for homeless families. But all the schools, all of the teachers out there that are teaching from home, the students, all you students on this call that are logging in and learning over Zoom, God bless every one of you. The Nazareth Guild allows for some of the poorest of the poor in our Catholic Charities client world and in our community to go to the awesome Catholic schools in our diocese. And Catholic education is really the best way to get someone out of intergenerational poverty. And thanks to another big donor, we got a little surprise for all you Catholic school students on this Zoom call today. Guess what? We got you a bus. We had a donor who bought us a bus, and now we have a bus for Nazareth Guild. It's going to shuttle all, you're seeing a picture here, it's going to shuttle all you students to all of our Catholic Charities programs to volunteer like you already do year-round. And on evenings and weekends, it's going to shuttle homeless families from our homeless family projects to all kinds of fun events like the water park and the campgrounds and the lakefront and all the things we can't do right now. But this bus is going to take people there, and we can't wait to get this thing rolling. For all you Catholic school students also, this is the time where you need to get a pen and paper or get your phone out and get ready, because with this email address right here, you need to send an email. If you're a Catholic school student, to send an email to info@cceasternwa.org. And this is important. You got to follow directions here. You got to put your school name in the subject line and your name in the body of the email. If you can do that and send that right now, or really anytime in the next hour or so, we're going to enter you into a raffle. You're going to win iPads. You're going to win iPhones, earbuds, gift cards. This is for Catholic school students. A big thank you to them, and a big thank you to our donor who made all this possible through the Apple Store. So that's just amazing stuff. We want to make sure that all you all get those emails cranking, and let's keep this Zoom party cranking. We also could not do this work without our volunteers. We have over 6,000 volunteers at Catholic Charities, and they're the backbone of our organization. So let's zoom around and meet some of them right now. Our first two volunteers we want to meet, this is Heather and Mike. They're a married couple. They volunteered for us back before they got married, back in the day, and they continue to support us. Heather was so good at volunteering, we hired her at St. Anne's for a while. Her husband, Mike, also volunteered at House of Charity and St. Anne's for many years as well. So let's zoom right down to Phoenix, Arizona. We've got Heather Grabner and her husband, NHL All-Star forward of the Arizona Coyotes, Michael Grabner, live from Phoenix. Heather and Michael, are you guys there?
Hey everyone, I know I met some of you guys, but for those who don't know me, my name is Michael Grabner and I play for the Arizona Coyotes now. Give you guys a little backstory. I came over from Austria to Spokane when I was 16. I moved in with amazing people. I think you guys all know who they are, Rob and Rachel McCann. Hey guys. Obviously, Rob is the CEO of Catholic Charities, and I spent a lot of my summers in Spokane and volunteered at some places for House of Charities, St. Anne's, and I didn't just learn to become a hockey player in Spokane, but I also learned a lot of life lessons, important life lessons like helping other people, caring for other people, which I think there's no other place like Catholic Charities to learn all this stuff from.
And I'm Heather Grabner. I volunteered for Catholic Charities as well as working at St. Anne's Children and Family Center. We both really enjoyed our time with Catholic Charities and saw all the great things being done for people in need. It's one of the fondest memories of Spokane, and whenever we come back to visit in the off season, we always stop by to see what's new at Catholic Charities.
Heather and I also support Catholic Charities still to this day, even 16 years after I first volunteered there. We just want to wish everyone in Spokane a happy virtual gala. Stay safe, stay healthy, everyone, and have a good time.
Thanks for everything you all do, and keep up the good work.
Come on, that just happened. All right. Thank you, Heather and Michael. Amazing. Hey, let's go zoom in to one more volunteer. Give me another card here. All right. This one just says, just call me Bill. Okay, Bill. Bill volunteers at House of Charity every Tuesday for the last 10 years since he retired. When coronavirus hit, Bill told us he wanted to keep going. Couldn't do it at the House of Charity. So Bill's been calling people on our senior chat program, where we've been calling all of our senior clients and residents to check in on them every single week to see what they need. Do they need food? Do they need cat food, dog food, whatever it takes? And Bill's been making all those phone calls. So let's go check out Bill. He said, just call him Bill. Bill, are you there?
Hello, Rob, and greetings to everyone. Thank you for inviting me to participate in this event. I'd like to chat with you just very briefly about my experience with the Friendly Chat program for Catholic Charities. This is a program that involves volunteers calling seniors in our housing complexes to make sure that they're okay. So I've been doing this for approximately now, probably 5 or 6 weeks. I have about 10 people to call. It's interesting. The first time that I called, the people were somewhat surprised. They said, "Well, you're a bishop." "Yes, I am." "And well, it's the first time I've talked to a bishop." Well, now these have become pretty chatty after 6 weeks because they get to know me, they know my voice. And as a matter of fact, because of call identification, they respond to me even before I get a chance to speak. "Oh, Bishop, you're calling again." So it's been good for me to be able to chat with them. My friends have expanded with these people that I've come to know. And it's been really a good experience for me, and I hopefully very helpful for them too. This is part of our, of course, larger Catholic Charities program. I've been involved for years now at House of Charity on Tuesday mornings, serving behind the front desk and initially serving coffee. So all of these things are just a wonderful example of Catholic Charities on behalf of our Catholic community reaching out to those who need and who have special requests that perhaps can address their own particular situation. So for that, I'm really grateful. But in closing then, I'd like to say to you, Rob, and to all of your staff, I just want to express to you my tremendous admiration and gratitude for what you do and who you are. I've come to know some of your people very well, not only at the office, but also at the House of Charity. What a grace and blessing that has been for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May God bless you.
Wow, thanks, Bishop Skillstad. We don't just have one rock star bishop, we have 2 rock star bishops, Bishop Skillstad, Bishop Daly. How do we get this lucky in Spokane, Washington? Well, thank God we did. And thank you again, Bishop Skillstad, for all you're doing. Now, we're doing lots of Catholic Charities work outside of Spokane. Remember, we're Catholic Charities Eastern Washington. So right now, we're going to take you on a little trip outside the county. We're doing stuff all over the place. We're up in Tonasket. We're in Brewster. We're in Omak. We're in Colville and Chewelah and Pullman, Pasco, Walla Walla. We're everywhere. So right now, we're going to go zoom down to Walla Walla. Now, Walla Walla, our director there is Tim Melia. And, you know, Walla Walla is a special place in my family's heart. My wife Rachel and I were married in Walla Walla. Rachel grew up in Walla Walla, and Tim and Rachel were best friends since kindergarten. So Timmy and Tess, my 2 kids, and Rachel and I, we spent a lot of time in Walla Walla. In fact, it's kind of a second home for us. And our kids love going down there still to visit Grandma and Grandpa. In fact, I think I see Timmy is, he's texting me right now. He's saying, "Hey, Dad, there's a lot of G Prep girls on this. Can you ask them if they want to date for the dance next fall?" No, sorry, Timmy, can't do that. Here's one from Tess. "Dad, what are murder hornets and how much toilet paper do we need to buy?" All right, you need to pay attention, Tess. Get back on the Zoom. Let's get back at it. Let's go zoom down to Walla Walla. Tim Melia, are you there?
Thank you, Rob. I'm Tim Milia. I'm Director of Catholic Charities Office here in Walla Walla, and I'm so excited to be part of the first virtual Catholic Charities Gala. Down in Walla Walla, we have extensive services that we provide not only to Walla Walla directly, but to our surrounding rural communities. Among those is counseling. We also provide housing for seniors through Mike Foy and Garden Court Apartments. We also have housing for veterans that are coming from homelessness at St. Michael's Haven. We provide parenting support and diapers for families through our Diocesan Prepares program. We have access to immigration legal services. We also have some other emergency assistance that we can provide. And then here in the location we're at, we have emergency shelter for youth that are experiencing homelessness called The Loft. As you can see behind me, it's a beautiful location for youth ages 12 through 17 that may be experiencing homelessness. There is some barrier that may be occurring in their lives that is preventing them from being in safe and stable housing. While we have food and a warm bed and other provisions for them, our location is more than that. It's a chance for them to connect to case management, to be able to connect with caring adults so that they can become stable in their own lives, set some goals, and then reestablish those relationships back home or find alternate housing so that they can go on to achieve the great things that they are destined for in their lives. We don't ask what's wrong with you. We ask what's happened to you, and we partner with those youth so that they can move forward. As we do that, we could not do that without our community collaboration and our partnerships. And chief among those are that with our parishes. And I'd like to invite Father Nix to come in and talk a little bit about those partnerships.
Thank you, Tim. As he mentioned, there is a close partnership between Catholic Charities and the parishes of Walla Walla. It's actually one of the blessings of serving in this community is that partnership. Just as an example, a lot of people come to the church seeking help. They want to come and speak to priests. Often, there is a need for a certain amount of counseling that's involved that goes beyond what a priest is trained to give. It's a gift that right below our offices, when we're meeting with people, there are professional counselors that are provided through the Ministry of Catholic Charities that we can direct people to take advantage of. Similarly, we are able to help Catholic Charities out as a community of faith, as our parish community. For example, as we're all aware, there was a crisis of toilet paper, and that affected the ministries here in Walla Walla as well, including the Loft, this teen shelter here. Someone contacted me, making this need known from Catholic Charities, and I was able to pause my work, take 5 minutes to send out a flock note, and almost immediately had a response from the community.
And later that afternoon, one of our employees noticed that there was somebody in the parking lot, a woman out in the parking lot. They went outside and said, "Can I help you?" She said, "I'm here with some toilet paper." She had 2 rolls of toilet paper that she wanted to give to the Loft. And they said, "Can we get your name so we can send you a thank you?" She said, "No, I don't want that. I just want you to know that God loves the Loft." And that means so much to us. We thank the parishes. We thank all of you for what you do to help us. So thank you for being here today, and thanks for helping Catholic Charities of Eastern Washington.
Thank you for your support of Catholic Charities.
All right. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Father Nix. Amazing stuff in Walla Walla. And really, there are so many amazing parishes all over the diocese. Remember, we're in 13 counties of Eastern Washington, and we can't do this work without all of these great pastors, people like Father Bob in Pasco, Father Vic in Newport, Father Jeff in Pullman, Father Kenny in Colville, Father Pedro in Brewster, Father Luta in Tenasket, all you, and so many others. I don't even have time to name them all, but all the amazing pastors, they are the backbone of all of this. You know, COVID-19 is in every single community in the entire diocese. But you know what else is in every single community in the entire diocese? Catholic Charities. We're everywhere. And we're going to be right there going toe-to-toe with coronavirus for as long as it takes, helping people that are in need. Now, we cover everything from the Oregon border to the Canadian border and everything in between in Eastern Washington. It's a big amount of land, but we've got it covered. And the good news is emergencies, they're sort of our specialty, especially in these rural areas. We've responded to fires, floods, windstorms, you name it. We show up, we help people with whatever they need in every single parish. And we couldn't do that without all these great pastors. So a big thanks to all of them. Obviously, we need to hear a little bit more about what we're doing all over the diocese. So we're going to zoom over now to Scott Cooper. He's been our director of parish social ministry for 20 years. He not only knows every pastor, he knows every parish secretary, every parish maintenance person, you name it. This guy is a genius when it comes to the parishes. So let's hear from Scott what's going on around the diocese. Scott Cooper, are you there?
Thanks, Rob. A lot of what we're trying to do is provide emergency assistance in cooperation with parishes and small communities throughout the 13 counties of the diocese. And we do that in a couple of different ways. Housing, obviously, is a big part of what we do. We have a housing portfolio with a lot of permanent supportive housing in 7 different communities around Eastern Washington. But in all the little towns, we've got an emergency assistance program through vouchers that are partnered with parishes and other community outreach organizations. What that means is we can multiply our presence. We don't need brick and mortar. We don't necessarily need Catholic Charities staff, but we can still have a presence in these small communities. So when somebody knocks on the church door, the pastor gets a phone call, somebody comes to the community food bank, and they need some assistance, they can reach into a drawer and take out a Catholic Charities voucher, and that's going to put some gas in the car of somebody in that small town today. That's going to help keep the heat on during a cold winter. In a recent example, that's going to put a large family in a motel room for a couple of nights in a small town after their house was burned down. And those are things that can be done immediately. You don't have to make a phone call. You don't have to go through an elaborate process. It's a quick and easy way to provide assistance in strategic ways, small ways, into all of the little communities throughout Eastern Washington. And we've got robust presences in places like Oroville and Omak and Colville, Chewelah, places like Newport, Deer Park, communities to the south like Clarkston, Pomeroy, Dayton. We're in places like Davenport and Othello. All the zip codes throughout Eastern Washington is where we've got this kind of service available to respond to the immediate need. And our goal really is to provide a light touch, low barrier, so that people can get a yes. I have a need today, and I need a yes today. We love to position ourselves to be able to say yes when people knock at the door.
All right, Scott, great work out there, especially outside of Spokane County. It's so important. Now, remember, the reason we do all this work, our Catholic identity, we believe every human being is made in the image and likeness of God. And if you believe that, you got to believe that everyone deserves dignity, respect, and compassion. And Catholic Charities is built on that. It's why we do everything that we do. And in all the work that we do and all the suffering that we may encounter, we never panic. I said that earlier. We never, ever panic. Instead, we rise up. We always step up, we step in, we rise up. Now, we've been through a lot. You've all at home, you've been through a lot. We've been through a lot together, but together, we will rise up against this coronavirus. We will find a way back to health and normal life. I know it. And we can rise up the poor and vulnerable as well. We can rise up Catholic Charities programs, and with you helping us, we can all rise up. And hey, I got an idea. Let's all rise up with world-famous singer, pop star, Andra Day right now.
I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again, and we'll rise up. I like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again.
Well, all right, we can all rise up together, and we have a chance to do that, a moment to do that right now. We can all rise up and tell coronavirus, no, we don't accept you. We can rise up and say we are going to protect the most vulnerable, but we need all of you to help us rise up right now. I need you to hear two things, and these are really important things. The first, if you need help, or if you know somebody who needs help, just ask. We're going to be there. That's what we're here to do at Catholic Charities. And second, if you can help, please help us now. Please help us by making a donation right now on our webpage. You're going to see the web address. It's going to pop up. You're also going to see an option to text. If you send a text, that's going to shoot you our web address, and you can go on right now and make a donation. We need your help. We need you to help us rise up. The heroic and the honeymoon phase of this disaster are over, but the suffering, especially for the poor and vulnerable, it's going to continue. And unfortunately, our regular Catholic Charities clients are about to have some company now. This disease has made all of us vulnerable, and it's going to force tens of thousands of formerly stable people in our diocese into poverty as a result of unemployment and evictions and lack of food and people just being out of work. And they're now going to start coming to us and asking us for help. People that used to be our donors may now become our clients. That's how bad the coronavirus is hitting our economy. But we're not going to give in. We're not going to give up. We're going to rise up. If you need help, ask. If you can help, please give. We need your help right now. Help us be able to keep rolling our sleeves up and keep running towards the danger and serve the most fragile people. Please, please, please go right now and make a donation on our webpage. As we're talking, the webpage is open, and we really need your help. And for all you Catholic school kids, bring it up at dinner tonight. Tell your parents all about this and convince them to go hit our webpage and help us rise up to serve those in need. In closing, I want to thank everyone for celebrating with us. And remember, for you Catholic school kids, send an email, info@cceasternwad.org, and make sure that your school name's in the subject line and your name's in the body of the email. You might win some prizes here. All of you, remember, all of you are the reason we can serve 63,000 different people a year. A special final thank you to Alex Lee and the Nazareth Guild and all the Catholic schools that are Zooming in with us today. Please send your email so you can win some prizes. A big special thank you to the people that made this crazy setup work today. Corner Booth, they are our partners. They do all of our filming. They do our videos. They did this whole Zoom call today. They are miracle workers. So thank you, Corner Booth. You guys did a great job today. I don't think the feed cut out. Who knows? Well, I guess we'll find out soon. And thank you, Bishop Daly, as well, for your leadership in this crisis. We couldn't do this work without you. God bless all of you. And we're done. I'm out.
Supporting Catholic Charities.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You still here? We're done. Go eat lunch. Go. And by God, get out of your pajamas.